We are here at Kingston Prison in Portsmouth, and this is featured in Chapter 3. And to read Chapter 3, you have me, Mr. Wood, Head of English. I hope you enjoy. Chapter 3, The Steal of Priddies. Agatha burst into the printing press room to find her friend Ethel hard at work producing the Gospel Crier. The heavy machinery, with its cranks, pedals, dials, ink and moving parts, was very noisy and drowned out the sound of Agatha rushing in. "Ethel!" shouted Agatha to her friend, who at first could not hear her. "Ethel!" The sound of the machine slowed as Ethel removed her foot from one of the petals. "Can't you see I'm working, Agatha? Here's the mock-up for you to have a look at," said Agatha, holding out a piece of paper. Ethel took the notice from Agatha's paws and reviewed its content. "Agatha, I can't print this. I told you I can't help. I'm sorry, but it's for the effort. If I print this, what do you think is going to happen? I tell you, the geezer will shut this place down. Then there'll be no notices, no news, nothing." Ethel looked at her friend's disappointed face. "I can't. You know I can't. I'm sorry. This is news, Ethel. No organised march in the High Street is going to stop this sorry situation from playing out. It sounds to me like you don't even care," said Agatha angrily. "That's not fair, Agatha. You and I both know that notices like this will only inflame the situation further." Agatha looked at her friend in utter astonishment, as if she had just learned that she didn't know her at all. "Yeah, well, maybe it's easier for you to stay out of the shadows when your fur ain't red," she said. Ethel ignored the response and carried on with her work, with the printing press starting to whir up again. "Come on, Floppy, we'll be late," called Agatha to a new friend as they ran towards St Mary's Church in Gosport High Street. They were carrying long branches for their placards and red bandanas to give out to the crowd. They ran down the side of the church and into a community hall at the back where the resistance movement were waiting. The march had already begun down the high street with hundreds of locals, squirrels, voles, stoats, badgers, mice, rabbits and hedgehogs, forming a united front in support of the red squirrel. While Geyser troops were present, watching, laughing and permitting the fruitless charade to take place along the street, the resistance had grander ideas and had plotted a rally that would go down in history. "You're late, Agatha. Come on," said Hertha, as she hurried them into the hall to prepare. "Where are the flyers?" "Oh, I couldn't get them." "OK, we'll do without. Have you got the flea darts?" "Check," said Agatha, tapping the breast pocket of her jacket. "Right, are we ready? Remember, people, maximum impact. Join in and spread out. Meet you back at the shed. Good luck." As the march approached, on its way to Walpole Park, the group scattered into the procession. The geezer were also scattered along the route, and, as predicted, were failing to take the peaceful message seriously. Instead, they simply mocked the parade as it passed. "Look at the poor, pathetic creatures. You belong in the woodlands," called out the geezer officer, trying to impress his men, who were laughing. Another took to sticking his foot out to trip up unsuspecting protesters as they passed. Others threw peanut shells and crumbs. As the protesters reached Walpole Park, the Geyser army deliberately amplified their national anthem through the tannoy to drown out the demonstrators. Agatha and members of the resistance had other plans and knew their first move had to be to take out the tannoy. They all reached their designated positions in the park and all tried to keep low and inconspicuous, flea darts at the ready. It was on Hertha's signal that they blew the darts towards their intended targets, knocking out unsuspecting Geyser soldiers who had surrounded the park. This gave Hertha a chance to stop the music abruptly and call out, "God's port, the Alverhaven, keep the Geyser out, keep the Geyser out." Geyser soldiers were soon running towards her position. As they did so, Hertha hoisted the Gosport flag so it was positioned at the top of the tannoy pole. The flag flew gloriously in the breeze like the sail of the ship it featured. The chants continued from the crowds as Hertha slid down the pole. "Gosport! Gosport! Gospel! She scampered into the crowd for cover as the soldiers ran towards her. The others scattered on her command, and the crowd quickly dispersed as the parade had become the firing ground for the Geyser army in search of Hertha and her crew.